All right, the Miami Dolphins have a ton of changes coming to their offensive line in 2025. Of course, the major news being that Terron Armstead is retiring, and it's going to be up to Patrick Paul to take over that starting left tackle spot. He looked okay in his rookie season, although he didn't play too much. We've been hearing good things out of rookie minicamp and OTAs, and I think that he will be able to develop through training camp and the preseason up until the regular season. So I'm looking forward to his progress. And I think going to someone younger at left tackle isn't necessarily a bad thing. We saw Terron Armstead, obviously a great player for the Dolphins throughout the couple years he was here for. He was the third best tackle in the NFL, ranked by PFF in the 2024 season. The injury history was definitely the part that Terron Armstead, you couldn't really rely on him to stay on the field too much. Between 2022 and 2024, he missed 4 games, 7 games, and then 2 games. And those 4 and 2 game seasons, like missing those amount of games, it doesn't sound like too much. But when they come at the end of the season, when we need those wins to make the playoffs, they definitely matter because we don't win the games that he misses. So they were definitely valuable games that he couldn't be on the field for. And going with a younger guy like Patrick Paul, he may not be able to produce as much as Terron Armstead, but the fact that he may be able to stay on the field longer and for the entirety of the season, it might be more valuable to the Dolphins than Terron Armstead, who was missing a couple of games per year. Onto that left guard position. Robert Jones was the starter last year. He was a bit inconsistent at times, and he left over the offseason. I'm excited for this draft pick right here. Jonas Avenaya out of the University of Arizona. You don't see the Dolphins draft an offensive line too often, so this was a definitely pretty unexpected. Obviously going to be a rookie and inexperienced guy at left tackle and left guard, which luckily isn't to his blind side, but of course it doesn't really matter. I'm definitely interested to see how this guy plays throughout training camp, because if he doesn't do too well, it might as well be Liam Eichenberg at that left guard spot, and we don't want to see that. Aaron Brewer is going to be the center, who's been here for the past couple years. He was a great fit last year. I don't know why he wasn't a Pro Bowler. He's definitely on the smaller side of most centers in the NFL, but at the same time, he's probably the best fit for our scheme, our offensive scheme from the West Coast. Definitely in a play formation where you need to be able to run the ball and be very versatile with your offensive lineman. Aaron Brewer is very athletic and can do everything you need him to do on the offensive lineman. He's very versatile for such a big guy. And that right guard, getting to our favorite guy, Liam Eichenberg. He is going to be on the bench this season. I do not want him being a starting offensive lineman for the Miami Dolphins at any point in the season. And if he is, then there's a big problem that the Dolphins have. Bringing in a veteran here, James Daniels on a 3-year, $24 million deal, I'm pretty sure it was. A lot of injury concerns. He's actually coming off of a torn Achilles. I don't think it should affect him next year, but if he were to be injured and miss a couple games like Terron Armstead was used to doing, I don't think we should be too surprised because he has a decent amount of injury history. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited for the addition, though. Going out in free agency and getting a guy like that, I was very excited to see the Dolphins do that. And at right tackle, Austin Jackson, who is a stud when he's able to play and stay on the field, but he does as well have his injury concerns. So, the left side of the offensive line between Patrick Paul and Jonas Avenaya, very young and inexperienced group. The right side, James Daniels and Austin Jackson, a very injury-prone, two guy right there. But we'll have to see how it goes, man. Austin Jackson, like I said, he missed 15 games in 2022. He missed 9 games in 2024. Not too reliable. We'll see what happens with them. I'm excited for this group, though. I think that the Dolphins have the best talent on offense that we've seen so far yet. Of course, Jonnu Smith, we'll see if he's going to be on the team for next season. I'm going to be making a video about that soon because I think it's very stupid what the Dolphins are doing, having him in trade discussions. But either way, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.